Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Monday morning, and it's time for the Monday Morning Motivation. And today's Monday Morning Motivation is about conversations and life-giving conversations. You know, in a relationship, you always hear when people get into relationships or into marriages that the key is communication. Well, what kind of communication are you having? Are they life-giving communications, or is it just run-of-the-mill conversation? And so today we're going to talk about life-giving conversations. And so Didi and I always have conversations about things that she is deeply cares about and things I deeply care about. And so yesterday was a great example of that while we were just driving in the car and the type of conversations that we like to have. You want to give an example of that from yesterday?
Yeah, so yesterday we were driving down the street and I was talking to Pete about the work that I'm doing in terms of African American males in special education, and I was talking about the social construction of disabilities, and he said, well, what do you mean by that? And we just started engaging in conversation around that. But it was something that we can have conversations when I have to feel vulnerable or he has to feel vulnerable to be able to talk about things that could cut deeply, hurt deeply, and even if we don't have the same opinions on those things, to be able to talk through them.
Yeah, and so example yesterday also, so she was talking about the work that she does and that she's doing in her research, and I was talking about the work that I was doing in the topics in school that I'm discovering, and talking about a book that I recently read about theology from a Hispanic perspective. And so we got into deep conversation even about that book and the topics and the things that it addressed. I know we're nerds. Yes, we're nerds, and I am cool with that, but we're nerds together, right?
Yeah.
And so, life-giving conversations, that's what it's about. Communication is the key, but what kind of communication are you having? Is it just run-of-the-mill talk, or are you able to have life-giving conversations, deep conversations about things in this world, about things that you're concerned about, and be able to engage in those kind of conversations, yeah?
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and pushing back on things that maybe you don't necessarily agree with. Your spouse may agree with it, but you don't. And so you guys get into conversation about, basically trying to persuade me to believe, or me trying to persuade him to believe
about certain stuff that's going on in this world. All right. And so we want you guys, we thank you guys for watching this video. We're out.